Hey, love, welcome back to Talk to Her Nice podcast. In today's episode, we are talking about a topic that is very near and dear to me, and that is giving yourself the damn flowers, okay? And I'm not just talking about like actual flowers, which you can, okay? You definitely can. I'm more so talking about the credit that you deserve, the recognition, the hard work, the acknowledgement of everything that you've done for yourself, everything that you continue to do for yourself, because you've been showing up, babe. You've been working hard. You've been putting you first. You've been doing your thing. And even if in this particular moment you haven't been, even if in this moment you've been quote unquote slacking, or you feel like you haven't been showing up for yourself like you normally do, you still deserve to give yourself the flowers, because at the end of the day, don't you eventually come back to yourself? Don't you eventually find your way back to you? Don't you eventually put yourself first? Don't you eventually do the things that make you feel better about yourself? That still deserves credit and recognition. For the longest time, I would be so damn hard on myself if I just took a day off, if I didn't do something for myself that I said I was going to do, if I went to the gym 4 days out of the 5 that I said I was going to go, I would still be hard on myself. And the thing is, once you give yourself permission to stop being perfect, you also start giving yourself permission to be nicer to yourself, to acknowledge yourself, to love yourself, to show yourself grace. And so one of the biggest things I've learned in my life is stop being perfect. Stop feeling like everything has to happen a certain way. Stop feeling like you're somehow behind on your timeline, even though time isn't real. Time is something we make up. Give yourself permission to stop being perfect. And I promise you, the way that your life unfolds, the way that you just feel like 100 pounds has honestly been lifted off of your shoulders, it feels so good. And that's when I feel like you can genuinely start giving yourself the freedom to be proud of yourself. So today, I just wanted to talk about giving yourself permission to give yourself the flowers, whether you're where you want to be or not. Because it's not about being where we want to be. It's about being where we're at right now, regardless of what that looks like. Because if you wanted to give up at some point and you did it, you deserved that recognition. If you wanted to completely let yourself go, just stop caring about yourself and your life, but you didn't, you deserve the credit. If you have taken 2 steps forward, even though you still got 20 steps to take for whatever it is that you're trying to create in your life, give yourself the credit. You're here, you're alive, you're breathing, and you're trying. Okay, if you're trying at the end of the day, you deserve to give yourself your flowers. And doesn't that honestly feel good? That we don't have to have attracted the outcomes we want in our life. We don't have to have accomplished our goals to appreciate ourselves. I don't know, that sits well with me, and that makes me feel good because it's all about the journey. I feel like it just brings it all back to the fact that life is a journey. It's not about the end results. It's not about achieving our dream goals. It's not about having our dream body or being in our romantic relationship with our soulmate. It's not about having all the money in the world. It's the journey. It's all about the journey. At the end of the day, when we get everything we want, which we all deserve, then what? What's left, right? It's the relationship we have with ourselves. It's the feelings that we have about ourselves. So right now, your biggest responsibility in your life should be your relationship with yourself. Because that is the relationship you're going to have your entire life. It's the one constant relationship you've had your whole life thus far. Even if you're married to someone, even if you've been with someone for 20, 30 years, if you've maintained the same friendships from childhood, the one relationship you've always had from day one until this moment is the one with yourself. And the one that is guaranteed that you'll have for the rest of your life is the one with yourself. Because life happens. We're not here forever. And yeah, no one wants to think about the people in their life that they love dearly not being around. But we have to be honest and real with ourselves. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's not to be worrisome. It's just to be honest. And that's why we got to be good at having a positive relationship with ourselves and encouraging ourselves and believing in ourselves and motivating ourselves. The way that you would show up for your partner, the way that you might show up for your best friends, the way that you might show up for your children or your future children, that's the way that you need to show up for yourself. And where you can start doing that is through your self-talk. It's through encouraging yourself like, you know what? I did a good job today. I showed up for myself today. I'm so proud of myself for taking a step forward today. Even if I still have a lot to go, I showed up. I'm so glad that I gave today my all. And by the way, your all can look different every single day. Maybe your all one day is just you showing up, washing your face, brushing your teeth, going for a walk, and then just resting. Maybe that's all you could do one day. But if that was your genuine all, then you showed up and you should be proud of yourself. So please just give yourself the credit that you deserve and validate yourself. Self validation is the strongest form of validation. When you can give yourself the words that you need to hear, you don't need it from other people. But, if other people give it to you, you can appreciate it. Like your loved ones, your kids, your partner. It feels good when people encourage us. But we don't need to rely on that. You can get that from yourself, okay? So let this be your reminder to self-validate, self-acknowledge, to be kind to yourself. And this doesn't even have to be anything crazy, y'all. A simple just, I'm proud of myself today, goes a long way. So I kind of want to talk about what might come up for you when you start to acknowledge yourself and when you start to self-validate and give yourself the flowers. Because there might be some resistance that you have. I've definitely experienced this, and I know a lot of other people have as well. But when you start being nice to yourself and giving yourself the shout out or whatever, it might feel weird. You might feel like, why am I doing this? Like, this is awkward. And so I just encourage you in those moments when it feels awkward to ask yourself, why do I feel resistance to be nice to myself? Why do I feel like it's weird for me to tell myself I'm doing a good job? Why do I feel like I can't do that? It's through asking yourself those questions and working through those limiting beliefs that you can have those breakthroughs and then start to genuinely have that better loving relationship with yourself. Because I'm just going to tell you right now, you can't just go coasting the rest of your life not having a relationship with yourself. You can, but that comes at a cost. When you can have a relationship with yourself, there's so many benefits. You're more grounded, you have better self-worth, you have higher standards of yourself and what you allow. The list goes on. So this is a requirement that you need to have a relationship with yourself. So if you have some of that resistance, work through it. You're going to get through it. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's the process. This is the process of leveling up and growing as a person. It has to be uncomfortable sometimes. And this is something that I definitely would recommend journaling through. Y'all know I always recommend journaling, but just it's so healthy to have a place where you can release the thoughts that you have and like put it onto something. So write about it. Whatever's coming up. Why do you feel like you can't be nice to yourself? Why do you feel like it's weird? Whatever emotion comes up, and just let it out. Something else that I want y'all to journal about is just about where you're at in your life. So do a full-on assessment. Okay, where are you at? What have you created for yourself? What are you proud of? What have you manifested that little you could only have dreamed about? Or maybe even a version of you from a year ago or 2 years ago could have only dreamed about. Do a full-on assessment. And I hope that this gives you the permission to give yourself your flowers. Because, yeah, if you're having that resistance, it might be a little bit challenging to give yourself the compliments and to be nice to yourself. But I feel like if you can sit there and honestly either journal about or even just think about, well, what have I created for myself? Then I hope that that gives you the space and opens you up to receive that acknowledgement. Because if you're seeing that, wow, I guess I did attract this into my life, or this is just a total random example, but maybe you're like, I said I wanted to shed a little bit of body fat percentage and I did it and I look great and I'm happy about that. Then that might make you feel like you deserve the recognition of the hard work you've put into yourself. Okay, so we have a little bit of work here to do, but that's okay. So let's just kind of summarize the two different things here that we're going to be doing with the journaling. And I'm going to do this myself. What we're doing here is we're going to identify the limiting beliefs that we have and what those resistances are when we think about acknowledging ourselves, when we think about being kind to ourselves, giving ourselves that self-validation. And then the other part of this, if we're really struggling, is to think about, well, what have you accomplished? What have you done in your life that you are proud of? Surely we've all done something. And that should help you be a little bit more open and receptive to getting through some of that resistance in order to compliment yourself, in order to give yourself that recognition. So just kind of wanted to summarize, like there's two pieces here to this journaling, self-reflecting part. So yeah, my loves, you deserve the self-recognition, you deserve the credit, and you deserve to have a good, loving, positive, nurturing relationship with yourself. But the thing is, it's up to you. No one can take that from you, no matter who you are. No matter who is listening to this podcast, no one can take the way that you feel about yourself from you. No one can take the self love and the grace that you give yourself. That's all up to you. That's all on you. And it's a beautiful thing to have that as free will. So, we're going to end with some affirmations, and then I have a thought provoking question for you guys. Also, if y'all can let me know your thoughts on the structure of the podcast, I guess I don't really have too big of a structure. It's really just like, pick the topic, let's talk about the topic. And then it's been, I guess, affirmations and then closing with some sort of question that's your homework assignment. I don't know. I really like that because I want to give anyone who's listening just something tangible that they can walk away with, like something that they can do after the episodes to just make it feel more solid, right? Like solidify what we're talking about. So I would love your guys' feedback on that if you'd like that, if I should keep doing it. It feels really good to me. I love kind of structuring it this way, but I'm here in service of all of you guys. So I just want to make sure that you're getting genuine value from this podcast. So yeah, let me know. But with that being said, let's say our affirmations. I have 3 of them. I'm going to place my hand over my heart. You can feel free to do the same. And then just invite yourself to be in that energy and mental space of believing in the words that you're about to say to yourself. I want you to really feel these affirmations. I want you to tune into your higher self and just declare the words that we're about to say like they're your truth, because baby, they are. So let's get ready for our affirmations. You can say these affirmations after me out loud or in your head. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds after each one so that you can repeat them. I am worthy of receiving self-praise. I love myself for never giving up on myself. It feels so good to give myself the flowers I deserve. Alrighty, y'all. I want you to breathe in the positivity, to breathe in those affirmations and own them because they are your truth. They are your essence. Okay. And so we're going to end with our thought provoking question. This is going to be your homework assignment. So feel free to journal about it. You can share it with a friend, someone that you trust, or just think about it. How does it feel to be seen by yourself? When you take a moment to actually acknowledge what you've created in your life, what comes up for you? What feelings come up in your body? And why do those feelings come up? Really just sit with that. And if you feel comfortable, you can share it with me. I would love to hear from you guys. You can text the podcast. You can reach out to me on TikTok. You can share it with me on Instagram, or just keep it to yourself, but really just sit with that one. And that's a wrap for today. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.